You know, despite being an absolute Discord fanboy, I just like villains and enjoy his arc quite immensely. And despite enjoying Twilight's character arguably more than Flutter's, going from a bookworm to a true leader in her own right, learning to trust others and make friends, is a wonderful tale. I cannot deny I'm a fan of Fluttershy, though I personally prefer the larger story arcs of grand adventure and character growth, like Twilight's The Story of Fluttershy really warms my heart. Watching her grow into a confident individual without changing who she is, but being a kind-hearted, nice person. But the absolute best version of herself she can be is a story I can't help but feel attached to. It's why despite liking Discord and Twilight more, since they do both have bigger, grander stories, Fluttershy's always going to be my number 3. Her tale is all inspiring to me, as is all of NLP really. But there's one episode in particular that changed my perspective on life forever, and it's all through her. That episode is My Little Pony Season 2, Episode 22, Hurricane Fluttershy. And I'll explain why. Get your kid ass out of here. Hello in Discord, Jedi Knight, and I'm just going to say a 10 out of 10. And I'm putting it in S tier. It deserves it, let me explain. I know that there are plenty of grander moments, both story-wise and character. Wise that makes this adventure's nothing more but a side quest. But the most important thing in a story to me isn't necessarily the adventure, but the characters. Even in grand stories, if the characters aren't likable or relatable, it ruins the entire film. Just think of Rey from Star Wars, for example. The whole I'm perfect, Mary Sue can't do anything wrong and don't make mistakes thing is not what I personally relate to. Because real people make hundreds of mistakes. And the lesson told through a character's mistakes and how to overcome them is what leads to a good story overall. Now, as much as a lesson is important, being told that lesson isn't the same as being taught that lesson. We learn not by being told, but through experiencing that lesson. It's like it doesn't matter how many times you are told something or how much research you do into it yourself, work on the job and gain experience through the journey, you'll never actually be good at anything. And watching stories, movies, TV shows, grand or small, is honestly supposed to be about taking you on a ride through their world and experiencing the lesson they learn as if you were right there beside them. Or at least that's how I see it. The message of this episode is one of probably MLP's best lessons to watch. Truly pay attention to, study and learn from. It starts out with Dash having a meeting with all the Pegasus in Ponyville, including my favorite little shy Pegasus. The lore here is fascinating. Pegasus control the weather, making clouds, wine, and rain. To do their jobs, they need water from the ground, which they lift into Cloudsdale by creating a tornado. Usually, there's a competition to do this, set by the Wonderbolts who oversee it. Dash wants to win, she wants to impress them, as always a Wonderbolt fan. And so she, being the best, decides she can train the others so they're in top shape for this mission. But Fluttershy, being herself, thinks that no matter what she is just a weak flyer and will be no help to anyone. And I, being physically weak myself, can relate to this. V often felt physically weak, insecure about helping others. I've tried to contribute, helping family, friends, but my confidence and strength always seem lacking. Whenever I try to help, I end up messing up, leading others around me to tell me to go play or do something else. Even if they ask me to help in the first place, it's humiliating and frustrating, and it leads to a lot of confidence issues. As a kid, I wanted recognition for my deeds. I do something to try to show off that I was a big kid, like washing the towels or helping fill a big hole in the yard, only to end up bleaching the clothes or making the bigger mess. Like filling a hole my family member dug for planting a tree, which has created more work and got me yelled at. Instead of just asking for help, I tried to do everything myself. Bird in a hoof. I don't like because the bird was mean to Fluttershy, but I do accept that the lesson was to learn to ask before trying to help because you could just mess it up. Especially don't do it if all you want is praise. That's not a reason to help others. I wish I had known that sooner, because I remember this moment in middle school, probably one of my lowest moments that I am genuinely not proud of. A kid was struggling with heavy books and asked me for help. His legs were shaking under him, and yet I still didn't help, because I honestly felt like he was better off without me. Honestly felt I couldn't help him. I felt like he'd be better off dealing with it himself rather than risking me messing it up for him. And just seconds after, another kid much stronger than me yelled in my face, "What's wrong with you?" and helped him instead. See, there was someone better suited to help him, the weak little old me. That's what I thought at the time. Of course, this was back in middle school. I never understood why until years later when I watched this episode. For years, I thought it was because I was weak, helpless, and hopeless that I couldn't do anything right and was a waste of oxygen. I hated that feeling, and I tried to get past it by working out. I'd lift weights, run, do jumping jacks. I worked out to get stronger, but progress was slow and discouraging. No matter how much I felt stuck. I felt stuck. Despite always trying to improve, I'd tire myself out and see no results, or at least no results I wanted, which made me lose even more confidence, thinking it was hopeless. I'd end up sitting on the couch watching TV so I wouldn't be a bother to anyone else and could escape reality. Watching Fluttershy train, gaining confidence little by little, motivated me to restart my own journey. So, seeing Fluttershy train, only gaining a very small speed increase, yet still being the one to make the difference that changed everything, is truly a self-confidence booster. Not only for her, but for others as well. Others like me. I love the fact they don't win too. We could have taken the easy route and just said Fluttershy's go in the competition. Instead, Dash does forgets it and does what she needs. She charges in and goes as fast as she can, but it's not enough. They just need a tiny bit more to succeed, and that tiny bit comes from Fluttershy. Her small speed boost helps them finally do it. They may not have won the competition, but they got the job done, and every small effort counts, even Fluttershy's. So she decides to continue her training to keep gaining confidence slow and steady, baby steps. It's not a race, and that's what people who hate Fluttershy don't get. They say, oh, she learns the same lesson, and that her episodes are boring. And yeah, I must agree, normally I prefer grander episodes than this. But what they don't understand about Fluttershy is the lesson she represents, and all the lessons we can learn from her if we didn't just watch but actually joined her on her adventures of self-improvement and discovery to be the best she can be. Watching Fluttershy be the best she can be motivates me so much more than I'm willing to admit. I started training again, this time with self-confidence and the understanding that even if I don't make huge progress or become as strong as Arnold Schwarzenegger or someone like that, it doesn't matter. I am lifting weights and going on my walks because I want to improve myself, one small step at a time. Applying myself, not just physically but mentally challenging myself to get better at everything I do, every aspect of my life. My physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health, as well as my own hobbies, like writing and animating, producing, and being creative, leading me to this YouTube channel. It's been a while since I've seen that episode. When I started, I could only lift 10 or 15 pounds, period. Now, I'm able to lift 15-pound weights in each hand and do bar curls. I went from barely holding my 15-pound cat in my arms to lifting 5 pounds in each arm to 15 in each arm. I went from being a waste of space to someone who can help my family. My grandma can't relift heavy things anymore, and my dad won't be as strong as he is forever either. Now I can help carry stuff for them when I go over to their place. The other day, my uncle had to lift some heavy metal fencing, and he just needed a second hand. He asked me, not expecting me to lift it, and looked for my grandma instead, but I did it. I was able to help him. And yeah, when my cousins are around, I know I'll be the last person they ask for help with heavy things. But every little bit counts, and now I can help when they ask, or when I do see they do need me. No, it's not a lot. Despite being at it for nearly 2 years, I've made little progress, but the progress I have made is more than enough to make me smile. Ray, watching this episode truly reminded me of that lesson. And that is how this episode changed my life for the better. Thank you, Fluttershy. You're an inspiration to me, that's all I have to say. 10 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, it's not the destination, it's the journey. It's the journey that's magic and the ability to help others.